Going in that direction.
I actually needed a few seconds after that last speech, Claire. I was tearing up over there as well. It was beautiful. All right. Good afternoon, Toastmasters, Madam President, and no guests today. Any guests today? Rose, you remember now?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Mike Tyson once famously said before his 1987 fight with Tyrell Biggs, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. Now, he didn't know it at the time, but he delivered one of the most quoted lines, and I think one of the greatest leadership lessons of all time. Because if you open up any leadership book, it's about strategy, vision, transformation, and inspiring others. It's very impressive. The diagrams are beautiful. The arrows all point in the right direction. Everyone's aligned. Trees are green. Coffee's all organic. Real life is somewhat different sometimes. Leadership sometimes starts when the plan has already caught fire, when the budget's already been halved, when half the team is left, when circumstances change without waiting for a good time or without asking for your permission. Leadership sometimes isn't about writing the plan, it's about figuring out what to do after the punch has landed. Now, over the years, I've learned 3 leadership principles that have helped me navigate the difficult situations. This is both in my personal life and in my work life. And sometimes I didn't know it at that time. But if I reflect, the 3 steps have been accepting the reality quickly, playing to strengths, including my own and people around me, and then reducing the noise coming in. I'll give you one example of a punch, and if I get time, another example. Punch number 1, Singapore. Singapore was never in my plan. Living in Singapore or working in Singapore was never part of the plan. After the UK, the plan was to move back to Australia. Spur of the moment decision between me and my wife, and a little bit of pressure from my boss at that time, got me to come to Singapore to run a brand new APAC operations, network operations center. New concept, and I was pretty excited. A brand new team of 24 engineers. That excitement turned to terrifying fear very quickly. Because while there was a lot of excitement from the team on the ground, there was no knowledge of the environment. There was no experience of Deutsche Bank. Many of them had come from various different fields with no idea of banking operations, and varying levels of competence and confidence. And one of the things that held the teams back was the established APAC teams weren't exactly eager to share information. They treated information like Dragon Street to go. This is mine. Can we know where it is? No, you can't. To some extent, I guess it should have been expected. At the same time, we were handling pretty visible incidents. Now, I don't know let me give you, what's a visible incident? What does high visibility mean to you?
That your failure, your success will be seen by everyone.
Okay, that's one good definition. What's a highly visible mean?
You know, there's an issue already and something is not working for you.
Yeah, something like that. To me, it means people that you've never heard of suddenly know your name. And it's not in a good way. That's what high visibility means. You know, and every morning started with a new problem, whether it was with people or whether it was with technology. Now, I realized something, that no one was coming to save us. No one was going to fly in and say, oh, I'll teach everyone. No, I'll make the documentation all available to you. No, I'll build the bridges between the team and the rest of the APAC organization, including leadership. So we had to accept reality quickly. The team wasn't experienced, that was known. The team didn't know everything, in some cases not anything. The relationships weren't established, the names weren't known. Pretending otherwise wasn't going to help anyone. So accept reality quickly, because reality doesn't become easier because you disagree with it. Now play to your strengths. So the next step was identifying the individuals who can become the backbone of the team. All 24 people aren't going to be created equally. And one thing you learn about leadership is that everybody develops at a different pace and in different ways. Some need coaching. Some need opportunities. Some just need a different career to get out of the back, right? That's reality. That's a fact, right? So I started by identifying key people, and these are the people that remain calm, that others naturally listen to, The ones that take ownership when things go wrong instead of searching who to blame or walking away or leaving early, right? I invested heavily in these people. I gave them responsibility. I let them make decisions and take authority and learn from their mistakes. And little by little, this started becoming a team. That wasn't the only thing, but the point is you have to make decisions quickly. Now, a lot of what I learned during this time is sometimes the people we fear outside world aren't the people we should be fearing. They're just relationships we haven't made, and the team was starting to realize this. So over time, the team was no longer new, and this worked out really well. Many of our people actually became recognized experts, and from a brand new team of people that didn't know anything, this became the backbone of the global network operation team. Believe it or not, it was the most highly regarded team globally. To like some extent, it still is, and new people or whatever. The third thing is reducing noise, because difficult situations generate a lot of noise. Opinions, assumptions, unsolicited advice. People you've spoken to twice suddenly become life coaches, and there's always someone on the internet called Dragon Warrior 73 who's got the solution to all the world's problems. Leadership often involves filtering, which means not hiding reality, but not ignoring reality, separating facts from fears, and separating useful information from noise. Creating clarity so people around you can make good decisions. Controlled failure in some cases, where you want people to learn from their controlled failures and become a better version of themselves. And this is, you got to control the level of the flame, but the point is, you let people walk into a little bit of fire, and they come out better from it, and they learn, what impact those decisions have. So looking back, to what we've created, and you create a team that pretty quickly doesn't need you. It's pretty good feeling. 3 things again: accept reality quickly. Reality doesn't care whether you approve of it. Play to your strengths. Leadership isn't good about being good at everything. It's about knowing who is good at something or creating that. Reduce noise. People need clarity more than drama. And the biggest lesson of all, success really comes from having the perfect plan. It comes after you get punched in the face and what you do after it. Thank you.